The playoffs begin with the Rams traveling to Carolina to take on the Panthers. I'm Rob Stats Guerrero from the Pro Football Insiders. Let's talk about it. I know it's crazy that the Rams have to go on the road to take on a Panthers team that finished under 500, but them's the rules. And if you're a Panthers fan, take solace in the fact that sometimes weird stuff happens in these games. Remember the Beastquake run? People forget that Seahawks team was under 500 that year. They won that game that they got to host. And I think the home crowd was a huge factor in that. So if you're a Panthers fan, take solace in that. It is a 10-point spread, however. Vegas thinks the Rams are going to roll. But if you're Carolina, you say, look, we've already played you once before. We've already beaten you once before, and we can do it again. And if you remember in that game, there were a couple things that happened that Carolina's going to need to recreate, I think, quite frankly, if they're going to win. First of all, the Panthers turned over Matthew Stafford 3 times in the game. They had 2 picks and they recovered a fumble. That is going to be key if the Panthers are going to pull off the upset. The other thing I think some people might forget, Carolina was 3 for 3 on 4th down in that game. They have to be aggressive. Use all the downs available to you. Don't just be content to punt back to the Rams. And remember, in that first matchup, 2 of those 4th down conversions went for touchdowns. One was a 33-yarder and one was a 43-yarder. So Carolina went for it on 4th down. They got big explosive plays, and they're going to need to do that again against the Rams because let's face it, the Rams are a better team. It's okay to say that. We watch the season. The games are on TV. The Rams are a better team. Doesn't mean they're guaranteed to win, but I do think they're going to have to make some mistakes to let Carolina in the door. There is a reason it is a double-digit spread. At one point, this game was 10.5 in favor of the Rams, which would have been the biggest spread for a road playoff team in the Super Bowl era. It has come back to earth a little bit. But look, Matt Stafford is having arguably his best year. First team All-Pro. Congratulations, Matthew Stafford. Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams are absolute studs at the wide receiver position. The connection that Matt Stafford has with Devontae Adams, like inside the 5-yard line, is like a mind meld. They just see it perfectly, and it's really hard to stop. The Rams are good. There's no question about it. They should win, but that also means all the pressure is on them. And what if this game is tied up late or the Rams are trailing late? The crowd is going nuts. Maybe they pucker a little bit. I do think that Sean McVay knows this is a Super Bowl team. This is a Super Bowl roster. It's all there in front of us if you're the Rams. And I think he knows that those opportunities don't come along every year. And what if he gets a little tight? We've seen him kind of freak out on the sidelines. In that second game against Seattle, he was freaking out as the Rams were blowing that lead. Does that happen to him again? Does he feel the pressure of, oh my God, how could we be tied or how could we be losing to this under 500 Panthers team again? What am I going to do? Who knows? Like I said, weird stuff happens in the playoffs. But if the Panthers are going to pull it off, they got to be aggressive. They got to be successful. And the Rams probably have to screw up a little bit.